Hey guys, and welcome to Tasmania TV. In today's video, I'm showing you how to make this hooded playsuit. It's pretty simple to make. The most difficult thing about this is cutting the pieces out, so be careful when you're measuring, okay? If you want to know how I made this cute little thing, then stay tuned for the tutorial. So the playsuit that I'm making today is actually inspired by one of the playsuits by Cyberdog. They make awesome clothes, but unfortunately I cannot afford all of those clothes that I would like, which is kind of all of them. The playsuits are like my favorite segment at the Cyberdog store, so I'm making one of my own today. So this is my version of their hooded playsuit. The fabric that I'm using today is a black elastic jersey. Nice and comfortable and easy to sew in if you have the correct needle. Always remember to change into a stretch needle when we're sewing in really elastic fabric. Otherwise, your needle is going to skip the fabric on certain points and you're going to end up having holes in your stitches, and that's not good. As always, I've started out by making a rough sketch of the pieces that I'm using to make the playsuit. This will be the front piece, and as you can see, it's got a really deep cleavage. That's what we like, because that's where the hood is going to go, and I want to be able to show off like a cool studded bra or something underneath this. If you don't want the cleavage to go this deep, just go ahead and take it higher up, and then you won't have to make your hoodie this long either. So you'll need one of these pieces, one of these, which will be the back, and the back has a full back like this so that we have something to attach the hoodie to. The two hoodie halves look like this, and then if you want to put sleeves on your playsuit, this is the sort of shape that I use to make sleeves. Sorry, I just drew the hood in incorrectly for you guys. I drew it sort of like this, but this is incorrect. You don't want this edge to be sharp. We want it to go like this, so please ignore that. My sketch just looks like this after I've added the measurements, so I can't really explain to you how I measure, but just measure everything and remember to add a couple of centimeters for your hemming. All my pieces have now been cut out, and I've started by placing the two main pieces together, the back piece and the front piece, and they're now facing with the insides out. This is the deep neckline of the front piece, as you can see. We're going to start by pinning and sewing those two together. They're going to be pinned and sewed on 3 different spots. The first one is up here by the shoulders. The second place where they're going to be sewn together is by the outer seam, the long side seam on both sides. And then finally, they will be sewn together by the crotch seam. Make sure that this is curved, that is not just cut straight like this, because it needs to be curved in order for it to fit nicely around your, well, vajayjay. Or penis for that matter. This could be a cute look for guys too. Before you sew, make sure to try your playsuit on and adjust the needles where you need to. But once everything is the way you want it, then go ahead and sew at the top, the sides, and the crotch. Once you've tried your playsuit on and you know that it fits, you can go ahead and hem the legs. I made mine a little bit too long, so I'm taking them up a little bit more. Once hemmed, I'm going to sew all the way around. Next, I'm sewing the sleeves together by folding them over like so. The inside is facing outwards, and then pinning along this straight line right here. And then sewing that shut for both. Once the sleeves have been sewn together, I'm going to hem them. and then sew both of those. When your sleeves have been nicely sewn together and hemmed, it's time to attach them to the playsuit. Flip your sleeves so that they're facing the correct way, but keep your playsuit inside out. Place the sleeves on the inside of the suit, like this, and then pin it from the outside. Once you've sewn, you can flip everything the correct way and the sleeves will end up on the right side. I always start pinning the sleeve at the bottom so that the two seams in the armpit can meet. Do that for both sides and then go ahead and sew all the way around. Once your sleeves are attached, you can put the playsuit aside because we're going to start working on the hoodie. So this is the very top of the hoodie. I have the two pieces facing each other with the insides out right now, and I'm going to start by pinning this curved line right here. So this is where your head will poke out once it's been sewn together, and this is where the top of your head will go. It should be a nice rounded shape. This is where the back of your head will go, and down here is your neck. So start by sewing those two pieces together by this curved line. Once that seam is in place, go ahead and sew this straight short seam down here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and hem the entire front of the hoodie. If you want it to look really neat, then you can double fold these and then hem. Since this line is curved, you might need to force the fabric a little bit, but that's the really good thing about working with jersey. Since it's so soft and elastic, it's very bendable. You can force it into a lot of different shapes. I'm going to sew all the way around that. Final thing we need to do is attach the hoodie to the playsuit. So all the pieces are facing the right way now. And I'm going to start by locating the very middle of the back for the actual playsuit. Just marking that with a needle. And the hoodie has a seam in the middle, so we're going to make those two meet. Like that. And then just keep pinning all the way around. Once you've pinned, you can go ahead and sew all the way around, and then your playsuit is done.